body is amazing. Okay, we've got bones, we've got muscles, we've got organs, we've got tissue, and we've got one super important thing, we've got blood. Inside our blood, we have red blood cells, we have white blood cells, we've got different types of blood cells, and then we have this one super important thing, stem cells. According to the Duke University Encyclopedia of New Medicine, stem cells are premature cells that have the potential of developing into any specific tissue that is needed. We can save lives with stem cells. Stem cells research has become very controversial in the last few years, but at the same time, it's also saved a lot of lives. There are two very important types of stem cells, the most popular types. You've got embryonic and you've got an adult stem cell. Embryonic stem cells are the ones that are taken from a female host. So it's kind of like an unfertilized ovum, and they take it from a mother and then they kind of fertilize it, put it onto a dish and grow it like a in vitro fertilization, and then grow it out to become whatever they want. It can become muscular tissue, it can become brand new blood cells, it can become many different things. The second type of stem cell, most popular stem cell, is the adult stem cell. It's a little bit more mature, but it has the potential of curing exactly what a disease or a sick adult has. Okay. For embryonic stem cells, I've already explained how they take them out and how they grow them and how they can use them to give back to, they normally give them to the sickest of sick patients. So it will be someone who's having complete organ failure, someone that's been in a super bad car wreck and their spine is injured and they need to grow back and become a full vertebrae. That would be your embryonic. That's the way that they remove it. On adults, they can give you serum stimulation shots, and they normally go in about 3 to 4 months. You go in, you get a shot, it stimulates your stem cells to come from your bone marrow. Oh, if I hadn't said that, stem cells come from the bone marrow. They're deep inside the bone marrow. Okay. The National Marrow Donor Program lists cord blood as one of the most secretive yet potent stem cell sources that we have. And it's really sad because I work in the lab, and so I see samples of cord blood come in and leave out there, thrown into the trash. They tested to see what all the baby is immune to, their different antibodies or different antigens, and what else the baby has inside of the cord that can cure the mother if she was to get sick during delivery. And it's just so sad because they just throw it in the trash. They look at it, say, oh, this person has this, and then throw it away. Unless the mother has opted to send the cord blood to a cord blood registry. And at times they can be a little bit expensive. So one of my coworkers, Andrew Sang, he felt as if it's one of the stupidest things, and he wanted to go and talk to someone that was over blood bank internationally to see if there's a way that hospitals can save cord blood samples to help a lot of the mothers that actually end up staying, or some of the babies that end up going to the NICU. These are a few of the diseases and conditions that stem cell can treat. You got various tissue diseases, such as a heart disease, so someone that's had several heart attacks and they're going into a deteriorating heart. You got someone that has kidney disease. ESRD is end-stage renal disease, that's kidney failure. Lots of kidney failure patients that go through hemodialysis, they wait and wait and wait on people to donate them kidneys, but a lot of times they're rejected. A way that they can help save them is to take some of the embryonic or the adult stem cells and re-implant them and inject them into the person's bloodstream to stimulate more tissue growth to repair that. Diabetes, and that's amazing because a lot of people go into heart disease and kidney disease from diabetes, so we would love to see that cured. Arthritis, cerebral palsy, Alzheimer's, lupus, the many different blood disorders. According to the National Donor Registry for bone marrow, all of these diseases, they have a curing rate here in Dallas of 75% of the patients that came in with these diseases: myeloma, which is cancer of the plasma; leukemia; thalassemia, which is a very weird type of anemia; lymphoma; sickle cell. Most people really don't. It's very hard to beat. And hemophagocytosis, that's having just a little bit too many phagocytes in the blood, too many white blood cells. This is another form of cancer. 75% curing rate for people that were given bone marrow. It's just as simple as they can cure genetic things. Down syndrome, and that's something, you know, it's kind of controversial, but not really, but it's possible. They have 3 listed cases in the state of Texas of mothers that were given stem cell transplants during pregnancy, and their babies' chromosome patterns actually changed from Down syndrome to normal. And they continue to test the children to make sure that everything is okay. Spina bifida and optic nerve hypoplasia, which is a way of having a person to become legally blind. All these can be changed from stem cells. And then you have your normal malignancies: renal cell carcinoma, retinal cell blastoma, and urine sarcoma, and neuroblastoma. All of those, even though they sound so weird and strange, if you get any of those, it's fatal. It's the end. But with stem cells in Boston, Massachusetts, they have cured several patients. What can you do to help? You can go to www.marrowdonor.org and just read it and check it out to see if there's anything that you can do. It's just as simple as getting a little finger prick. They'll take a little bit of your blood and see what your type is. And if they find someone that is a good match for you that can use your blood or your stem cells, then they'll call you, and all you do, go in and donate like a pint of blood, or however they decide is the best way, and they'll give it to a patient. And I promise you, I've seen myself, lots of people make it just from donation.